y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be doing my June reading wrap up. But before we hop into the video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you like all things books. As always, I will be starting out with my monthly reading stats. Now, just go ahead and say June was not a very optimal reading month. It was tied with February for my worst reading month because I only read 4 books. I kind of got in a slump because none of the books that I really read were like top tier, like 5 stars, kind of in the vein of like I was looking for like that really great book and it just did not come. But for what I read during the month of June, I read primarily queer adult, well, not queer adult, but queer adult and queer young adult romance. That's pretty much all I read. And yeah, I ended up giving 1 2.5 star, 1 4 star, and 2 4.5 stars. So without further ado, let's hop into the books that I read in the month of June. I kicked the month off by reading a short little romantic novella called Crimes of Passion by Jack Harbin. I did find this book on Kindle Unlimited, but I do think that it's recommended to read it on audio because the whole book centers around 2 male main characters who have warring or differing true crime podcasts, and it sort of follows their story coming together as they are asked to do a collaboration episode, and it's their rivals to lover story of them kind of becoming romantic partners. This book does feature 2 queer black male leads, so if that's something that you are looking for, definitely recommend. I ended up giving it 4 stars. I thought it was like a quick short read. It was a little bit spicy. It's primarily closed doors, but there's a little bit of spicy talk in there. It is an adult romance, so they're older, you know, not like older, like late 20s, early 30s is sort of where they fall. And yeah, if you like true crime, you like romance, you just sort of like that vibe, I think this would be a good book to listen to or read on Kindle. The next books that I read this month was the book that put me behind schedule, the 2.5 star read, I Kissed a Girl by Jeanette Alexander. While I did read this one physically, I ended up unhauling it already. So if that says anything, there's that. This book follows Noah Birnbaum, an up-and-coming special effects makeup artist, as she is taking her first dive into the movie scene world on her first picture. And the star that she's working on is her all-time horror movie crush, Lila Silver. And she is just a B-list celebrity working her way up through the ranks. And yeah, this book was an interesting one. It really, like, the first half of the book just had me frustrated with the characters, and frankly I just stayed frustrated with the characters for the most part. And then there was this underlying subplot that was just, I feel like, extraneous. Like, it did not keep me invested whatsoever. This romantic suspense thing that they were going for just did not have me. But I guess if you're a big movie buff and you're looking for a sapphic romance that isn't just the romance, you might like this. But I was just not that person. Next up, the book that started turning things around for me in the month is Teacher of the Year by M.A. Wardell. This is a queer adult romance following kindergarten teacher Marvin, who is up for Teacher of the Year in his district and the state. He kind of stumbles upon a little bit of romance with the single dad of his new student, and this follows their romance just across the whole like spring semester. This does feature a Jewish ADHD having male main character, as well as a black questioning queer main male character. This book was fun. This is by far the spiciest read of the month. Definitely a whole lot more spicy than some of the things on here. So if you're looking for that spicy queer romance, this is for you. And I just thought it was cute and sweet, quick read. Definitely something I suggest reading. Next up, Cool for the Summer by Dahlia Adler. This is a queer young adult romance. Now, from what I've read, it looks like Dahlia Adler has a lot of like bisexual main characters in her books, so this seems to be the place to go if you're looking for that. But I did read it on Kindle, but I liked it enough that I bought the physical copy. I will say the Kindle title is different from the new physical copy, and she did just release her new book going by Coastal, so I'm curious about that. But this book follows our main character, Laura, as she is finally gaining the attention of her longtime crush. However, she is still hung up on the girl that she hung out with over the summer. And the whole book kind of follows Laura as she is like figuring out her queer and sexual identity. I will say I only gave this one 4.5 stars, like I gave the last one 4.5 stars. This one only got 4.5 stars is because it is a single POV, and I definitely think that it could have benefited way more from dual POV, because the whole main contingents of the conflict in this story is miscommunication, and I think the readers probably would have benefited or enjoyed seeing the other girl, or seeing the girl she's in love with point of view, Jasmine, because there's a whole lot of things that go down up until like the 80% mark when things actually get discussed. So yeah, I will say for a young adult novel, this is a little bit spicier than I'm used to. It's still closed door, but definitely spicier descriptions and language than I would have expected from a young adult novel. But if that's what you're looking for, I definitely would go here for your queer summer romance. And that was my June reading wrap up. In terms of things that I plan on reading in July, I'm currently in the middle of 2 books. I am like 60-ish% of the way through a book called The Meet Cute Diary, and I'm 40% of the way through First Down by Grace Riley. I definitely felt like I needed like a sports romance to cleanse my palate for July, because sports romance is just like my bread and butter when it comes to like getting me going when it comes to reading. So yeah, let me know what you read in the month of June, what you expect to be reading for the rest of the summer, and I'll see y'all in the next video.